Yeah, bro.
Yes.
When you came on TV Africa,
Yes.
you give a certain revelation there that if we know why the Israelites went into slavery in Egypt, it wasn't something which was bad, but it's something that God planned it. So is it that those in other nations, now you can see African people are all over the world now. So we will say that it's also God's purpose that those people should be in those places, those who went in slavery in other countries. We will say that it's also the intention of God.
Wonderful. Yeah. That's a good question. Lift a clap of praise. I've been hiding this secret so that at the appropriate time I will bring it out. And I will still not want to bring it out. Because you don't need it. You have not been a slave. Are you a slave? Uh-huh. I want to bring it out in America to our black people. And bring the scripture from the Bible to show them that their enslavement is not human beings, God who created it. So if you want, just wait for that day to come. Because if I bring it out now, you spoil the soup. The soup will not taste well when we get to America. And you are not a slave, so why should I tell you that? But let me tell you this. When God conversed with his good friend Abraham, and Abraham was telling him, how can you say I'm your friend and I don't have a child and you are not saying anything? He told Abraham that, oh, if you can count the stars, I will give you children like that. But he told Abraham, but be aware that the children I'll give you, they will be in captivity in Egypt for 400 years. So why do you think God will give his friend gift of children and add slavery on top? That means there's something good about slavery. Only God knows. We human beings don't know. That's why we don't want it. Slavery is servanthood. Have you realized that? Yes. Children that are maltreated in homes, they do everything. And the other children are special, they don't do anything. At the end of the day, what happened to that child? He becomes better than the other children. True or false? Yes. That's the secret. There is blessing in slavery if you enslave people. But I want to reserve it for that time. So don't worry. When that time comes, you get to know. But for sure, that's why I didn't mention it on the TV either. For sure, there is good thing in slavery. But when people don't know, they will think it's evil, it's bad. Okay, the organizers are trying to see what you can support for coming here. There are some expenditures you want to support, you are welcome. You want to give an offering, you are welcome. You want to give a tithe, you are welcome. And those of you abroad, we still invite you to also support. Even though you are not here, we pay a lot of money to get this all. So whatever you have to support, you are welcome. And let me tell you, when you support this wedding cause, God will bless you 100-fold. God will not let you lack. It's one of the prayers I pray for people that come to school, because they will be giving support to cover the cost here. In other words, they are helping me to pay the cost. So I always pray for them that, Father, during the week, no matter how things are difficult, give them some financial support. Open doors for them. So your supports are very welcome. And not only here you can support, you can always send support to our mobile money. That is the number you know, 055-459-8076. You can always send money there every time. Some time back I told people that if you send 1 CD a day, like our work will be easy. They didn't take it. They said, oh, 1 CD prophet power, what are we doing? But if they listen to me, like today, I don't have a problem. If you have 1,000 people sending you 1 CD each, how much is that? 1,000. And if they send 1 CD every day, that means every day you give me 1,000. So at the end of the month, I have a month 30,000. Will I be suffering to do God's work? No. But they didn't see it. And for that matter, we never did it. So if I were you, every day when I take my phone, I check my mobile account, I'll just send some money. It doesn't need to be big. And I'm telling you the secret. Every day you will send some money, God will also send some money. You don't understand. It's a secret though. It doesn't need to be any big money. Oh. Just be faithful. When you open your mobile account and say, if this is what I have, God, you to take some 2 CDs. God, take some 5 CDs. God, take some 10 CDs. You have no idea. God will say, he's thinking about me. Now, if you send God 10 CDs, and God said, I'll give you 100 fold. How much is that? 10 CDs times what? 100. How much is that? 1,000. And you don't want this? Well, we are not serious people. Anyway, that is by the way. So, there is good thing about slavery. But like I said, I don't want to bring out that secret. Sometimes you bring out some revelation and somebody that will copy from you, go and chop the blessings of it. It's painful. And you will hear and you know that, this secret, I brought it out. That's all I has gone to blue. Because that person has a platform. So when he releases it, he will chop. But they don't know that somebody was the first to do it. Anyway, so for sure there is a reason for slavery. Our Africans that were enslaved, there is a purpose. And I have a scripture to back it. It's scriptural. God said it thousands of years before it even happened. And God had a purpose. And that purpose has paid. In fact, the man who discovered this kingdom is a great-great-grandson of a slave. So can you imagine if there was no slavery? What would have happened? He would have remained in Africa and busy chasing grass cutters. Because that's what we do in Africa. Chase mounds, grass cutters, rats. Africans have time. We can sit down and just be chatting and laughing. Hey! As if we came to this world with that job. Hey. When I'm thinking that 24 hours, if they can increase it to 30 hours a day. Anyway, that is by the way. I hope you are okay. Good. So next question. Let's see whether the next question is there. Next question. Yes. Please, where's the mic? Okay, somebody want to learn. After that, then we'll pass it on to you. Yes, okay.
Yeah. Well, during the TV Africa show,
Yeah.
you made mention of about Jacob blessing Joseph's 2 sons.
Yes.
That he
Crossed
changed
Yes.
his hands.
Yeah, so go ahead with your question.
That thing actually baffled my mind. And you were saying Ghana is one
Yes.
and Nigeria is one.
Yes.
Please, I want the details of it. It is still before my mind.
Don't worry. After we finish talking about the identity of the black man, which you are part of the black man, we will zero into the identity of the Ghanaian, who is sitting in the center. And there you will see it clear. I'll open it up. It's a whole huge teaching. That's why I can't talk about it. I just mentioned it. It's because the lady, the host, asked me about Ghana and Nigeria. You know, there is this struggling. And I didn't know how she got that question. That's why I unveiled that. And it's a deeper thing. I want to handle it when we are dealing with the identity of the Ghanaian, after we have dealt with the identity of the black man. And it's very, very true. We have serious role as the two people that hands were crossed. The hands landed on Ephraim and Manasseh. Ephraim was the youngest, but God said that is what he wants. And Manasseh was the senior. Okay? So Ghana is the youngest, and Nigeria is the senior. That's why Nigeria has to depend on Ghana to ask questions, always. Everything we do, they come here to learn from us.
But I was thinking that, you know, Jacob deceived his senior brother.
Mm-hmm.
And by my mind, I was thinking that he wanted to use the same process to bless Joseph's sons.
No.
Or is it the purpose of God?
Yes. Didn't you see that his son Joseph told him, Father, because you are old, you don't know. He said, I know what I'm doing. Go and read the story very well. He said it. Then Joseph tried to change the children. When Joseph changed the children, that's why he crossed his hands. Because he realized that Joseph moved his blood to this place. Yeah. They said, okay, you can move the children. I will cross my hands.
Even when he was blind.
Exactly, when he was blind. Yes. That's why the crossing happened. If Joseph didn't try to play smart with him, he wouldn't have crossed his hands. And some power still would have remained for Israel. But Joseph spoiled it for Israel. When he crossed his hands, it ended with Israel. You have to be careful with God. People don't read the story about Jacob and his brother Esau very well. Esau himself was the one who sold his own birthright. Do you remember? For no few over here. So why do you blame Joseph? I said Jacob. He didn't do anything. If he has a mind towards that and he didn't do it, and then somebody offered it to him, is it his fault? His senior brother said, give me. He said, why would you give me back if I give you the porridge? He said, oh, you can ask me anything. He said, I want your birthright. He said, oh, take it, give me the food. So there's nobody to be blamed now. Yes. That is the problem with identity. If you don't know your identity, you will sell it to somebody. Mm-hmm. So we'll talk deep about that. So let your question to hang, like this one's own that was hanging. Yes, next question, yes.
Yeah, Prof, thank you for everything.
You are welcome.
We are learning about the kingdom.
Yes.
And I want to know that when you talk about the kingdom, we are talking about citizenship.
Yes.
And I want to relate this one to when Jesus was talking to Nicodemus in John 3, I think John 3:5.
Yes.
He was telling him that he must be born again.
Exactly.
I want to know the difference between born again and citizen. Are they the same thing?
Perfect. Lift a clap offering to that. People don't know that that is the first time human beings in the world were told that you can be born again. Because the world only knows you can only be born once. Is that not it? That's the first time Jesus made the world know that no, you can be born again the second time. But this time it's not physical, spiritual. Why? Because he has brought a country that is spiritual. And how did you become a Ghanaian? By birth. Is that not it? So his spiritual country to you can become by birth. So born again is actual citizenship. Christianity doesn't know that. That's why they are religiously dancing around born again. They don't even know what is all about it. To be born again means you will be a spiritual citizen. That's what Nicodemus said, can I go back into my mother's stomach? He said, no, that's the first one you have done is finished. You can't do it again. But this one is spiritual. That's why he said that when the air blows, that's how a spirit happens. You feel it, but you don't see it. So to be a citizen of a spiritual country, it has got to do with your way of life because you feel it. It's a culture. It's not physical. So yes, born again is supposed to be citizenship. That was when Jesus was talking about country and citizenship. Remember that he brought a government. And the only way a government can survive is to have citizens. If a government has no citizens, does it exist? Because the main function of a government is to take care of citizens. It's rather unfortunate in African governments don't know their responsibility. They rather exploit the citizens, cheat them, rob them, abuse them, use the government machinery to torment the citizens, abuse them, arrest people without trial and detain them without trial, arrest people unlawful. That's what governments in Africa do. Because they don't even know what government is all about. That's the leadership mess that we are talking about when it comes to Africa. Say yes. To be born again means to be a citizen of God's spiritual country. And that is the kingdom message. That's the kingdom concept. You see, people are busy preaching their own concepts. That's the problem with religion. When you put on the TV, the radio, you hear all kinds of ideas from people. They are rubbish. Because nobody is interested in anybody's idea. Of course, you have even come to my school. But I don't think you are interested in my own idea. Do you? No. You are interested in God's idea. That's why you came here. So I don't have the right to impose or teach you my idea. No. That is why everything I'm saying, I quote a scripture to back it. To let you know that this is God's idea. Religion has human beings' ideas. Religion is made up of human beings' ideas. That's why Jesus, they claim to worship. Christians, 2.8 billion, they claim to be followers of Jesus. But they don't do his ideas. They don't learn his ideas. They don't preach his ideas. They preach their own men of God's ideas. It's sad. So what Jesus came to preach, it's difficult to find people preaching. People are busy preaching something else. Anyway, so that is right. Born again is all about citizenship, but it is citizenship of a spiritual country. The country Jesus brought is a spiritual country. That's why you can see it, but it is powerful than Ghana that you see. Yes. Because spiritual things are powerful than physical things. Anyway, are you all right? Next question. Next question. So that we close if we don't have any. No question? No question? Okay. Those of you who are new, we welcome you again and again, and we encourage you to come again tomorrow. Tomorrow the class continues. Tomorrow we'll be here to continue the class so that you can get more knowledge. So when you go, you want to invite your friends and relatives to come and learn from the school of the knowledge of God. This place is the school of the knowledge of God. God is raising a new breed of people. Not religious Christians, no. In fact, religious Christianity is falsehood. It's a whole falsehood, I'm telling you. People are angry when I say religious Christianity is falsehood. But that is what it is. I used to be there. And when I discovered it's falsehood, I left. Yes. Christianity has been in existence over 2,000 years. Tell me one achievement they have achieved. One. Recently, they have learned on top of prayer. They clap their hands. I don't know whether the demons wanted clap offering to be given to them or what. It's funny. It's very, very funny. People don't even know what prayer is all about. Anyway, so those of you who are new, we invite you again for tomorrow's meeting. So, if you have bought the syllabus 1, maybe you can read it. We will make some time when we get more people, then I can fix early lessons for the syllabus 1. That's what I want to do, so that I can teach people. But those of you who have come new, you can still learn on the internet because we have it on the platform. You can go and learn it from there whilst we wait for that day. So those of you who have come in today, when you close, let the technical people put them on the platform. There are 2 people who are new. Put them on the group platform so that they can learn while they wait for the day we can do that. Yes. So that's what we can do for now. All right. If there's nothing, we have closed. God bless you for coming. And I don't know, maybe some people want to see me. Well, you are welcome. You can come and talk to me. And then we can leave. God bless you for